Okay, problem number 16. Problem number 16 is going to be a valuation question. It's going to be an income approach question. It's going to be pretty much on point, and you're almost clearly going to get these. It seems like the tests have really steered towards on the math, getting into things that you do actually do in the field, and the income approach is one you would do, especially if you're dealing with investors, okay? So very fair question. You know, again, remember your cash flow formula and you're going to be okay. An investor is valuating an apartment complex, verifies the following information. There are 36 units which rent for $900 and 12 which rent for $750. So there's 48 units total, right? Am I reading that correctly?
Yes.
Okay, 36 units times 900. 36 times 900 times 12 is how much?
388,800.
3888. Okay, now that takes care of 36 of them. 12 of them rented for $750. 12 times 750 times 12. Help me with that number.
108,000. 108.
108 even.
Yes.
Okay. So if I'm reading that correctly, there's a total income of $496,800. Somebody check me on that. Does that look right?
496,800.
Okay. Now, Lauren, do you recognize that that is your gross potential income, right? Gross potential income, GPI. Which is awesome, but you never collect everything. So let's subtract out vacancy and credit loss, which in this problem is given to us as 5%. Okay? 5%, we'll just call that vacancy. Uncollectible is what it is. Somebody tell me what 5% of 496,800 is.
24,840.
24,840? Sounds right. Okay, you just couldn't collect 24,840. So as you're projecting your operating statement, it appears that your actual income is going to be 471,960. 471,960. And the name for that is your gross effective income. As a matter of fact, the Real Estate Commission tells us in problem topics that students do not understand gross effective income. So it's worthwhile to understand that gross effective is the amount you actually collect. All right, I collected 471,960. The problem with that is I haven't paid anybody yet. So let's go look at our notes here and let's see who we have to pay. Let's see. If I'm reading this correctly, the expenses run about 30% of what number? The gross effective. So in this case, instead of giving you a number for the expenses, I actually just gave you a way to calculate it. I said it was 30% of gross effective. So somebody give me 30% of 471,960.
141,588.
Okay, I'm going to tell you it from one person. What is it, Suraj?
141,588.
141,588. Does everybody feel good about that number?
Yes.
Okay, that's great, because if you feel good about that number, we are practically there, right? So we have GFI minus the expenses, and that's going to be, keep going, Suraj.
330.
330?
372.
372. And very importantly, what's the name for that number?
Net income.
The net operating income, okay? The net operating income, the NOI. And in valuation, Lauren, here's your final step right here. The important part of the NOI is that NOI divided by cap rate. Is the cap rate given? Okay. How much was the cap rate?
9%.
9. Divided by 9% means that the value of this property, based on these numbers, the value of this property is how much?
3670.
3670.
800.
800. So $3,670,800 according to these numbers. Okay? And Amanda, if you don't mind, I'm going to go to the side of the board over there. Do I have the whole board in, or can you widen it?
Yeah, you can go.
Okay. This formula right here, now for me, it's simple enough to remember NOI divided by cap rate equals value. However, if you like T-bars, don't forget, one of the most common T-bars that we have in real estate, we just swap the rate and the value on this one. Income times, income equals rate times value, ERV. That's why it's so popular, because you can say ERV. But anyway, the income would of course be the NOI. The rate would be the cap rate, and then D would be the value. So if you like to T-bar it, just like you do everything else, you would see that income would have gone at the top, rate would have gone right here, and it would have produced value. Problem number 16, clearly a problem very similar to what you're likely to see on the exam.